What are your thoughts on the American dream as it is today?
I think I was fortunate enough to experience or see the American dream come into fruition firsthand. So my parents, Victor and Anna Sanchez.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. So my dad, my parents, Dominican immigrants, came here at not such an early age. My dad was a cab driver. Who, by the way, put myself and my brother through private school. So my brother and I went to private Catholic school from kindergarten, myself to college, and my brother stopped at high school. One random night, he picked up the best customer of his life. He was a doctor at Mount Sinai Hospital, and asked him if he wanted a job a job that had benefits. And my dad was like, what? Yeah, of course. So he said, yeah, well, show up Monday morning, come here, give him a card. My dad shows up, gives him a job parking cars in the garage for hospital patients, I guess, or doctors. My dad, of course, took that for a few years, kicked ass, was able to transfer into a department in housekeeping, buffing floors. That turned into a union position job where he just got promoted and promoted and promoted. And this might have been back in, let's say I was in the 4th grade, and I can't do math. That's why I went to law school. I don't know what year that was.
Take time.
Or how long ago that was. So a long time ago.
Got
and then eventually, he's now the vice president of 1199, which is like the #1 medical union for hospital employee workers. So his job is when an employee gets fired or is about to get fired, he defends them.
Wow.
And I think I was born, or maybe I'm living through him, but I felt like if my dad had an opportunity at education, he would have been an awesome lawyer. So I feel like he's the reason why I went to law school.
Wow.
Actually, I don't even need counseling. I mean, Rodney, that's why I went to law school.
Listen,
we just figured it out.
I'm here to help, That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
And then would you say your mother also had a impact?
Yeah. So my mom's job was to hold the household down. So there were times where I remembered that we were struggling, and she was like, I'm going to go get a job. I'll go work at a factory. And my dad was like, no, you need to be home when the kids get home. I want you to be standing outside school when they come out from school. I don't want them going to a friend's house and getting into trouble. I want them to have a home-cooked meal. I want you to help with homework. I'll figure it out. So that's more like the Dominican machismo, where it's like, I'm the man of the house. I got to figure this out on my own. So that's why he was just working day and night. But man, somehow they made it work. And I don't know how, till to this day, my brother and I talked to them and we're like, they just made it work. And I remember being fly too. My bear jacket, my Columbia jacket. I was flossing.
Remember the Columbias that had double layers?
Or the bear. You remember the bear with the
jacket?
big bear?
Yeah.
Were y'all doing that outside of the house?
Yeah, no, we were doing that. Yeah.
All right.
I think we had the
Vasquez
Vansons.
Did you have the Vasquez?
Remember the Vansons?
We had Vansons. I mean, we were fly. We were fly.
I think you guys started it and we just followed certain points.
We started a lot.
Yeah. Nah, that's dope. So for other individuals that are coming from the Heights, what do you think advice you can give them to actually make it out on their own if they don't have the same situation that you have at home?
If they don't have the same situation, I would say definitely seek a mentor. Someone that's doing what you envision yourself to be doing, or join an organization. I actually have a nonprofit. It's called Fostering Leadership for Young Women. So I provide leadership and professional skills to young women in the foster care system, which I eventually want to expand to the hood. And the reason why I started with the foster care system is because, one, I don't want them to be a victim of their circumstance. Unfortunately, they were born into a family that either didn't want them or didn't have the resources to provide for them. And a lot of their story is they jump from family to family to family, and it's all I can curse, right? A fucked up situation. So I wanted to start there because automatically they're born into just, the world is against them. So find organizations such as those, reach out to mentors, reach out to me, and we'll make it work. I just feel like people think of the Heights and it's like the girls are all fast and loose. Hey. Would you say? What do you think of women from the Heights, Rodney?
Ooh, women from the Heights. They're fantastic. I'm looking at women.
That's not what people think. And I just think it's just the persona or the the stigma that comes with growing up in the hood. So you're not expected to thrive or survive. I remember when I said I was going to college, people in my neighborhood were like, are you going to City College? You're going to Hunter? You're going to Hostos in the Bronx? I was like, no, I'm going to St. John's. Or at the time, I think I was going to NYU, and I was like, no, I'm going to go to St. John's. They were like, okay, we'll see you back in a year. That automatically, I was like, all right, fuck y'all. I'm going to show y'all when I get back with my degree. I'm going to slap you in the face with my bachelor's is what I'm going to do. So, automatically, you grow up like that. But the key is to reach out. There's so many people that want to pull you up with them. All you got to do is extend that hand.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Reach out.
I feel like that was a good ending.
Yeah, that was good.
Right?
That was spot on.
I feel like that was a good ending.